Hi, I'm Teja Gerken with Peghead Nation, and today I'm here with a very cool Taylor GS Mini-e Rosewood LTD. It's another guitar that's part of Taylor's 50th anniversary lineup of instruments, and it's a very cool variation on the familiar ES Mini format. The GS Mini has, of course, been around for many years. It serves a very cool spot in the Taylor lineup. It's a little bigger than a baby Taylor, which really is conceived as a travel guitar. It's, of course, smaller than a Taylor Grand Concert. It's still a small, compact guitar. I kind of think of it as a modern parlor guitar kind of a size. In the last couple of years, it's maybe been a little bit overshadowed by the newer Taylor GT, which if you look at the two guitars side by side, they look rather similar in size, even though the GT is a little bit bigger than the GS Mini, like slightly different scale length as well. But it's also positioned a little bit higher in the Taylor lineup. So the GS Mini continues to be a very affordable way to get a compact, very fun to play guitar that you might be surprised with by how many musical situations it can find a home in. The GS Mini gets its name from the fact that the body has the same shape and proportions as Taylor's GS Grand Symphony guitars, but of course shrunk down in size. These guitars are combined with a 23.5-inch scale, so a very short scale. They have a nut width of 1 11/16, so very compact to play, easy to play. I've always found these guitars more comfortable and satisfying to play than, say, a baby Taylor or other travel guitars, which for my size just get a little bit cramped. Whereas with these, I'm perfectly happy sitting on the couch and playing one of these. And that really brings me to something. I think everybody should have a small guitar, a compact guitar. It's a perfect couch guitar. It's a great guitar to just throw in the car if you already have a bunch of other stuff going. Maybe you want it as a backup, as a gig. Maybe you have in your set you have one piece that's in a different tuning. You want to just have an easy to take guitar with you. This is sort of the perfect thing. In this case, we even have Taylor's ES2 electronics, same pickup system that's found in other Taylor guitars, and so these really sound great plugged in as well. I'm going to show you that later in this video, plugged into our Fishman amp. But let's briefly take a look at the specifics of this Rosewood LTD. GS Minis have been available in many different wood combinations, and there have been various special editions as well. In this case, we have a solid Sitka spruce top, really beautiful sunburst finish on there. They've used the fire stripe pickguard that we've seen on some other Taylor models recently, which I think is a very cool sort of vintage appearance on this, especially combined with the sunburst finish. It's a satin finish throughout, open pore, kind of like what we've seen on the American Dream Taylors. Indian rosewood back and side. It's a layered or laminate wood on the back and sides, which is to be expected at a guitar at this price range. Like other GS Mini and several other Taylor models, the guitar has an arched back with no bracing on the inside, which creates a lot of strength, which is a great thing for a guitar that you may not be as careful with as you might be with a more expensive instrument. We have the typical Taylor neck. We have gold tuners on here. They've used their Acrylicam ebony for the fingerboard on this guitar, and you can see some of the striping in there. It's very attractive. And the bridge as well, which is something that we've even seen on some of the like 800 series guitars. I think it's very cool, and it's a more distinctive look than a sort of pitch black ebony. So I've mentioned using one of these GS Minis as a travel guitar or a guitar to have to play on the couch. Very comfortable to play that way. But I've been surprised by how many people have made GS Minis their primary instrument. For example, Peghead Nation beginning guitar instructor Adrienne Cerna has a couple of GS Minis, and those are really her primary guitars. She uses them on stage. She's using them for her lessons, both here on Peghead Nation and teaching privately. She sounds great with the guitars. They make excellent stage guitars, they amplify well, and a lot of people just find that because of the smaller size, they're actually able to play better because it makes them more comfortable. It means they don't have to stretch quite so much. So easy playability is always a good thing, and for some people, one of these small guitars is really the ticket to getting there. You can check out Adrian's demo of one of her GS Minis elsewhere on Peghead Nation. We'll link to that, so you can kind of compare what this Rosewood LTD compares like to her standard GS Mini as well. So you've heard me finger pick a little bit on this guitar. It's a fun guitar to play that way. Nice balanced sound, good volume played that way, and I think the Rosewood version of these just have a little bit more bass than some of the other woods that these guitars are available in. Also sound nice strummed. Quite a bit of volume coming out of this little guitar. You can definitely take this to an acoustic jam and you'll be heard. Very satisfying to play that way. And I just find them to be a little bit more complex and rich sounding than smaller travel guitars. Again, it really comes down to having a guitar that you enjoy the sound of. And these really kind of fit the bill for a compact, small little modern parlor instrument that is on the affordable spectrum. So that is the GS Mini-e Rosewood LTD. Again, it's a cool variation on a familiar instrument. I love the way it looks with the fire stripe pickguard, the sunburst finish, and the natural rosewood back and sides on this. It has a 50th anniversary commemorative label inside, which is the case with all the 50th anniversary guitars. And it is part of a limited edition, so they're only going to make 1,974 guitars of this model, reflecting 1974 when Taylor was founded. So if you're interested in this variation of the GS Mini, I definitely recommend you check one out soon at a Taylor dealer. I'm going to go out, show you what the guitar sounds like plugged into our Fishman Loudbox Mini Charge amp here, and we hope to see you back here on Peghead Nation very soon. If you're seeing this on YouTube, consider coming over to pegheadnation.com for not just our gear demos, but many of our lessons. I already mentioned Adrian Cerner's beginning guitar course, which is worth checking out, and we have many other lessons, not just for guitars, but other fretted and stringed instruments. My name is Teja Gerken, and we'll see you very soon. Here's the guitar plugged into our amp.